Look, I did it again. I clearly knew that I had to check the microphone to make sure there was audio, but there was none. Wow, I'm really good at this. Trust me, I'm a pro. I've been doing this for a year now. So last week, welcome to Dangers of the Internet for Children in the Pandemic Part 2. That means this is the second week that I've been doing this, and I'm here to let you know about the issues that your children may face because the pandemic gave them a lot of devices, and because they got a lot of devices, well, yeah, they have access to the internet, and when they have unrestricted access to the internet, things could go south really quickly. So if you're watching this after the fact, welcome to Make It Simple TT. Like, subscribe, share, all the other things that normal YouTubers say. So there's a little like button. It looks like a thumbs up, and there's a next button named subscribe, SUBSCRIBE. You could click that too, because I do this every Saturday night. And if you want good tech knowledge that is clearly going to, enhance your life and make you smarter, well, hey, this is the place to be. So, let's start. Hi, my name is Mr. Charles from Make It Simple TT Educational Solutions, and I teach information technology. I have classes at the CSEC level, at the CAPE level, information technology classes for adults who want to learn technology, workshops, seminars for teachers, seminars for companies, anything that makes information technology simple for people who need to use it, we do it. That's right, you name it, we do it. Well, right now I do it, and my other worker bees, they do stuff too. They do things, they help you. Welcome. All right, so all those of you who just joined live, make sure you click the like button, make sure you click share the link with your friends, your family, and especially parents. Put it in your WhatsApp groups, put it in on your Facebook page, whatever it may be. The share looks like a little arrow. It looks like an arrow that's pointing that direction or pointing that direction, something like that. So you can share it to all the people that would need to see. For those of you all that were here last week, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. And as the numbers continue to grow, remember to like the video and share the video, because that's what you do on YouTube to support the content. It's kind of like all you have to pay is a like. Yeah, well done. Interesting. All right, so my mods tonight, I have Ren, who was here from early, and she was there to tell me that my audio was not on. Thank you very much, Ren. Not all heroes wear capes, but you obviously have a cape. Or not. Then there is Spanish. Spanish is a Tobagonian who has a authentic Tobagonian accent and a deep voice, like most Tobagonians do. And then there's Jared. Jared says good night twice because he likes to say good night twice. I don't know. I'll just stop now. All right, those are my mods. As more of them come in, they will be able to help you as you go along. If you need help, they will let you know. If you say anything stupid in the chat, they will most likely ban you because they have that right and they have that ability. All right, so all the parents on the inside, let me know as you come in. All the parents, are you here? Are you a parent? Are you a parent? Parents, are you parents? Do you have children? Do you have a child who is doing online schooling in the pandemic and they have a device? Were you here last week? Did you try to implement anything that I spoke about last week? Anybody tried Family Link? Anybody tried to kind of check up on what their children are doing? All right, Stacy's a parent from Tobago. Did you try to sensitize yourself to some of the things that that they are dealing with when they are on their devices started to become parent police and be like, what are you doing there? Let me see what you're doing. Let me see what site you're on and whatnot. And you would be checking everything that they do. So we are going to start now. So tonight I am going to start and I will be doing your child is the center of this whole thing. And the child would have a device, right? So the child would have a device, maybe a phone, maybe a tablet, or maybe a laptop. All of these things are what we gave them because they needed it for the pandemic. Some children are fortunate enough to have a phone and a tablet. Some fortunate to have a laptop and a tablet. Some fortunate to have a phone, laptop, and a tablet. And they all have access to the internet because they need to get their schooling done. And we just basically threw everything on them. And we said, here, good, do your schooling, do your online schooling. But as the meme would show you, in my humble opinion, this is what this is the breakdown. Schoolwork, probably like 2%. Faking that they were doing work while watching YouTube videos. That's a big chunk there. Playing games, that's a huge chunk. And then online chatting, that's a really, really big chunk. So that's the meme of the night. Let me get back to the work right here. So the child was given a phone, tablet, or laptop, and from that phone, tablet, or laptop, your child is able to access many things. And last week I spoke about a few things. So tonight we're going to talk about games, because I have two children. One is 9 and one is 8, and they play a lot of games. And then instant messaging. I am instant messaging. And you wouldn't believe that these two are linked in some way, somehow. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with games. So with games, what tends to happen is that these children go and they play games online, and games have ratings. So there are certain games that they may like, right? Have you ever, as a parent, have you ever heard of Among Us? I'm sure you heard of Among Us. Parents. I play Among Us all the time on my channel with some students and mods. Right, then there'll be other games like the younger children love Roblox. 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 That's where this go online. Alright. Then you've heard about what's this other game? COD. COD. And then Fortnite. Alright, I'm gonna group these together. COD, Fortnite. Anybody around that line, right? Yeah. So each of these games they will try to download, and if they have access to the Play Store or the App Store, they'll be able to download it fairly easily without any let's call this word, without any hindrance. So Among Us, I think, is rated for let me just Google that quickly. Among Us rating ESRB, yeah, rating age. Among Us is rated 10 plus, so basically Among Us is 10 plus. Roblox rating, Roblox age rating. Roblox is rated 10 plus also. COD and Fortnite, Call of Duty. Fortnite age rating is 12 and up, so 12 plus. Right. So when they rate a game, what they're actually doing is they're rating the content that the game has in it. And what happens is it tends to represent what the game content is. So the game content will be like, you might see a little killing here, you might see a little bad thing here, you might be able to create something that will hurt somebody or whatnot inside the game. But it won't really be like, super duper bad. COD on Fortnite, because it's 12 plus, there is actual killing. You have missions and you have to go and kill people, and it have something called a deathmatch and all that stuff, right? So all those games have different ratings, and the ratings in and of themselves are basically fair, because by the time your children reach the age of 10, they understand the concept of somebody dying, most likely. They may not understand murder very well, but Among Us doesn't make it look too, like, too it's gory, but it doesn't make it look like it's a full out murder that you would see in a movie. COD and Fortnite, they have it's basically an army game, so it's comparing to all the army shows and things that you'd see, right? So these ratings are there. The problem is, inside these games, you have to decide what you're going. Oh, I forgot Minecraft. My bad. I don't put that in. Minecraft. Somebody told me when my channel reached 10K to celebrate do a Minecraft speedrun. And I was like, my children, they're like Kixie. Yeah. My children in school told me to do a Minecraft speedrun. I don't think most of y'all. Minecraft age rating. The Minecraft age rating is 7 plus. Alright, so 7 plus is cool. So we put the 7 plus in. I was supposed to put Minecraft. Right, so Minecraft speed is 7 plus, right? Now, these games, right, all have the ability to give the children a chance to play and they have fun. And for the most part, it's very innocent fun. You don't really have any issues with it. The thing about them is that the way games are going, back in our day when we used to play Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo or Street Fighter or whatever game, and we played it on a console, we used to have to bring our friends together to play. So you would let your friend come over and you would have your Super Nintendo or your Sega Genesis, or I call in consoles here that plenty of people don't know about. Or y'all know about Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo and this was before the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 and things like that. No? No? Okay, maybe you do, right? So we used to have to invite our friends to come together to play the game, which was basically where the line would be. So whoever has the gaming console, the friends would come over and all of them would sit down and play. And like your mother or father would pass and they would see you playing in the living room because, well, you had one TV. And that one TV was able to be seen by everybody. So when people are playing their games, they didn't really have too much issues because it was a small group, and because the group was small, things were easy. Now with these games here are I forget the acronym. What's the acronym earlier? Online mass multiplayer. Mass multiplayer online is MMO or OM. Can't remember what it is. Let's call it. Let's just put multiplayer, right? Multiplayer online games. Right. So because they're multiplayer online games, what that means is, yeah, it's MMO, right? Yeah. Multiplayer online games means now the gaming is not just done in the living room, it's done in a place where the world is a little shaky out there. And it's that on the online part is the problem, which means they go on the internet to play games. Now, when they go on the internet, they now end up with the problem that we are going to see. So, here's a little bit of the problem that they see, right? When they play games online, they expose themselves to all sorts of things, and they get into this kind of problem here. You see, this is the issue that we have to contend with. Sexual predators online in games like Roblox and Among Us, right? So I'm showing you the games. What's this? Wow. Damn you pop-ups here. So sexual predators, they're online and they are trying to get your children to do different things. What are the things that they're trying to get your children to do? Well, I'll show you some. These are some messages that children would have gotten. This is an article in the New York Times from last year, and it was telling you the things that they ask your children to do. You have 5 seconds to take each pick. Either you talk to me or you can suffer. I'm going to kill you. You're so pretty. How old are you? Your time is running out too. Show us that you're crying. Reply now. You boys it. Show me your entire stomach. Retake the pic. I'm about to post your pics if you don't chat me back in 10 minutes. You have 1 minute. Hurry up. Take your PJs off. Just pull them down. Things like that. These are messages that people actually got inside, children actually got inside games. And parents don't know because the problem is that inside these games, they can chat. And because they could chat, there is a problem. All right, so I'll pause for questions while we taking an ad from the sponsor, Adonis Academy.
Neither nor or either or.
The verb agrees with the
Subject closest to. Okay.
At the Adonis Academy Primary School, not only do we follow the primary school syllabus as prescribed by the Ministry of Education in preparation for SEA, we also have songs of praise and worship every morning. We spend a lot of time teaching the intangibles, the things that you don't learn from a book, like manners, etiquette, and care for each other. If a student is behind, we have a core development program available after school that seeks to build on the weak areas.
All right, and we're back. So I've just been updated by one of my mods that COD is really 17 plus. So Call of Duty is really a 17 plus game, even though like everybody has played. Children that are definitely less than 17 play Call of Duty. So those are the situations that we have. So we have, just to recap, children have their phone, their laptop, and whatnot. They play games, and those games have ratings. The ratings are not bad in and of themselves. The problem is the multiplayer online part, because they have to go on the internet, and when they go on the internet, they chat. And when they chat, they end up bouncing up sexual predators. All right, so I guess nobody has any questions. Because there are no questions, I shall continue. Or should I wait? Let me just make sure no one has any questions. Let me get the chat up and see. Here, chat. Come up, chat. Here, chat. Oh, come on, chat. All right, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, COD is, Call of Duty is 17 plus, and everyone plays it at any age, yeah. Is Minecraft for a Christian 7-year-old? Yes, Minecraft could be for a Christian 7-year-old. Because, well, they could play it. What I'm saying is the games in and of themselves are not really horrible. The game by itself is not the problem. The chatting is where the problem comes in. So that's why we're going to delve into the chatting right now. So I'll tell you, I can't tell you if the game is good for them. You will have to know after I let you know the things that go on in the chat. Because the things that go on in the chat are very, sometimes above your standards, the standard that you want for your children. Because remember, at the end of the day, different people have different standards for their children. Some parents are okay with their 7-year-old child hearing the F word all the time because they believe that that is a part of life, and they're going to have to learn to understand that's how people communicate and the language and whatnot, right? So then there's some people who are okay with their children watching shows with people kissing and simulating having sexual interaction underneath sheets at a young age. And then there's some children, there's some parents who are okay with their children dressing a particular way and showing off their skin and their assets and all that kind of stuff. And those different levels of parenting, I can't really get into that. All I could really show you is what is available and what these things give, what these games put in front of them. So let's talk about the chat, right? What happens when they are chatting? They tend to chat for 3 major reasons, right? 2 or 3 major reasons. One is to find people to play with. Right? Because a lot of the times you may start the game and they don't have enough people to play, and you just go down and find people to play. Because genuinely, most of the people who are playing the games just want to find people to play with, because there's a nice little community that will come up, and there are really, really good things that come out of online gaming. People make friends, people have, like online communities and those things are part of socialization in this day and age, right? The second thing that they do is to make friends. Make or / meet friends / meet. So they will make a line, right? And they will say, my friend going to be playing the game at this point in time, so I'm going to go online and play with them. Like my son, he would come and say, Daddy, so-and-so going to be playing Roblox at this time. Can I go and play Roblox with them? And I would say, yeah, go ahead, go and play Roblox with them. And they would go and they would find a Roblox game, and they will all play together, and they will chat and whatever it is, and everybody would be cool, and they would have fun. So they'd go and make and meet friends. And then the third one is to explore the boundaries of the world. Right? So believe it or not, those children will go and they'll be like, oh, I want to know what happens here. Or these people say that this game is really good. I want to do this. Or they might hear that a girl is playing and they want to go and play the game because of a girl. Or all those different things that we would have used to do when we go to the mall. So we'd go to the mall and we'd purposefully put ourselves in a position to lime and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. Right now they lime online and they play the game to do it. And so while they're playing the game, they're actually learning things about the world that, well, you may not want them to learn, but that's okay, right? So we try to deal with this, right? So when they go there to find people to make friends, whatnot, they are going to chat with people. The people that they're chatting with, however, could be fake. So they'll have fake people. So it might have a girl named Kim, who is 11 years old, but really and truly, Kim is a man named Bill, who is 25. Bill is a child predator. So Bill will start up a nice little conversation with your son or your daughter and be like, hey, how you going? All right, everything good? Do you like this game? Yes, I love it too. I did this, I did this stage already. I played this already. And all that stuff going on, because inside these games, all have the ability to chat. Not just chat, but they have the ability to talk to each other. So there will be Kim and there will be Bill, and then Bill will basically use child psychology and make Kim feel so happy, or make your daughter feel so happy that they're actually speaking to somebody named Kim, that every single day your daughter or your son will want to go back and play that game because they want to talk to Kim. And to them, Kim is an 11-year-old girl. But Kim is not real. Kim is really Bill, who's 25 years old and is a child predator. And Bill will end up getting your daughter or your son to do something stupid while they are playing the game. So things like what I just showed you all there, like these conversations here. Yeah. Things like pull down your pajamas. I just want to see it. Send me a picture. I'm going to kill you if you don't send it, blah, blah, blah. But remember, children not socialized enough to kind of understand what threats are and those sort of things. So they will kind of be in shock. And when they're in shock, they will kind of sit down and be like, what is really happening here? And then they most likely, they don't know how to handle it because they were never told that these things would happen. It's like when we were younger as parents, your parents would send you somewhere and they would say, when you go to the shop, don't talk to anybody along the way, don't talk to strangers, make sure you come back here, make sure you do that there, and do XYZ. And then when your child comes back home, you would ask them all the questions. Did it go well? What happened? Because I remember the first time I think I had to go to the shop, I was told exactly who not to talk to, exactly where not to pass, and don't talk from when you're coming home from school. When you're coming home from school, it's straight home. Make sure you pass here. Don't do this, blah, blah, blah. To the point where, you were very policed for how you would navigate the internet. Navigate the world. But now, children go and play these games, and we think that they're genuinely just, playing games. But actually, they need some guidance on how to navigate it. And if you don't give them guidance on how to navigate it, when they box up situations with Kim, who's really Bill, they won't know how to handle it. And if you read the article that I had here, the article here says that the children didn't know what to do. Her son broke down into tears when she questioned him last month. I think it's a huge weight of them for somebody to step in and say, actually, this is child abuse. Because the children don't understand what is actually happening to them. Criminals strike up a conversation, and that's now I'm zooming a little bit. Yeah. Criminals strike up a conversation and gradually build trust. Often they pose as children, confiding in their victims with false stories of hardship or self-loathing. Their goal typically is to dupe children into sharing sexually explicit photos and videos of themselves, which they use as blackmail for more imagery, much of it increasingly graphic and violent. Reports of abuse are emerging with unprecedented frequency around the country, with some perpetrators grooming hundreds, even thousands of victims, according to a review of prosecutions, court records, law enforcement, blah, 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 blah. Predators are also finding many victims on social platforms like Instagram, Kik, and Messenger, right? So, I get into the instant messaging part now. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands that in the games, when your children are playing a game, they're not just playing a game. You have to check and make sure that there is not a chat in that game. And if there is a chat in the game, you have to ask questions about who they are chatting with, who are their online friends. But of course, you can't make it seem like you're grilling them to find out what they're really doing. You have to kind of be subtle and be like, oh, you like this game? Okay, who do you talk to? Oh, you make any online friends today? That kind of stuff. Like how normal child psychology works. Yeah, you have to do that because you'll end up in a dark place later on after they play these games and they get exposed to all sort of things. I don't know, by time 12, 13, they might be lost in some sort of sharing pictures with somebody online and you wouldn't have known. So that is that. Right, so ask the questions now while we hear from Granny.
Of all the days, Sheila, they want to do Zoom meeting, they want to do Zoom. I don't know about this Zoom thing, For years, put on this Zoom, I don't test computer, Test on. I'm sorry, boy.
Yeah.
Come some out to put on the Zoom, please.
Oh gosh, all you have to do is just click the
No, don't give me instructions. Come and show me. I take this night out.
Oh gosh, just put.
This is now the room. Just come and show
take
me.
your time now, Granny. Just put the meeting code and press the password. No, the meeting code. You have to put the meeting code and then
I don't understand what you're saying.
You have a meeting code and a password.
Come and show me what to do.
Oh gosh,
I'm a patient.
it's every minute so you have to be calling
But
me.
what is this thing?
Look, just put the meeting code and the password and
I
look.
can't.
I think I show you
But
hold
what
the
is
phone upside
this?
down. You see me? It's every day, so
But what is this at all?
I done. I won't find somebody to help you. Yes?
You give up? I should have given up on you a long time. I never give up.
Oh gosh.
This thing.
Every minute, so. Alright, thank you very much to me for having an online class. Alright, let's see what questions we have here. So my 10-year-old wants to watch a website called X Hamster, which he says is like Netflix but with pet shows. Should I let him use the site? Boy, Jake, I really don't know. I never hear about that site before, and I can't know all the sites on the internet. So you're going to have to do some reviews. I'll kind of give you some I have a workshop coming up at the end of the month where I have some tools that you could use to figure out what is good and what is not good. You may want to, check that out. They chat using an app called Discord as well as an app called Discord. Yeah, I use Discord a lot. Where they can make calls, not too sure if they can video chat. Yes, you could video chat on Discord now. Discord is where people usually go to kind of like while they're playing the game, they will talk on Discord and they will stream the audio through the stream so that you could hear what the people are saying. So there are voice chats and there is video chat now in the games. Yes, that's true. So my tenure, right, good. Yeah, you could kind of modify most of the applications. I think some of the games you could disable the chat on the inside. Y'all don't forget to like the video. Just click X on the chat if you're on a mobile, and click like if you're not on mobile and you're on a laptop or a tablet. Click the like button. Thanks, it'd be greatly appreciated. As it will help the video propagate a little more for the internet. Can you disengage chat, Stacy? Which where you talking about disengaging the chat on what's called this word? On Discord? Yeah, you could disable the chat on Discord. But remember, it really depends on the person. Or in the games, I'm not too sure if you could disable it in all games. Really not too sure. It's kind of touch and go. You have to actually get into the game. You have to actually do parenting and like go inside and ask questions and get into their world. So those are things that that tend to happen. My mods are very good at these things because they use it a lot more than me. I just know about it from a parenting standpoint because of things that my children will ask for and whatnot. But I don't actually know every single thing inside out about them. So Ren and Spanish and Jared and they could answer you a lot easier or a lot better for some of these questions because they're actually living in it. I kind of halfway living in it, looking on the outside. All right, what's that? I do not think you could do it in COD Mobile. Yeah, you may not be able to disable the chat in COD Mobile, but I really not too sure if your 12-year-old should be playing Call of Duty, but that's up to you. That's up to you. All right, so let's move on now to the actual instant messaging part of it. So I showed you all that there is chatting inside. So there's a link between games and instant messaging. But then there are the actual instant messaging apps. So the instant messaging apps that we frequent a lot in the Caribbean would be WhatsApp. They use Snapchat. They use Instagram, IG, and they use TikTok. Then they also use Discord. Am I missing any, guys? I think those are the major ones. What they tend to do is after they gain your trust inside a game, the first thing they'll ask you is, do you have an Instagram profile? Do you have a TikTok profile? Can I add you on this? Can I add you on that? And when they say, can I add you on this? Well, I know the children definitely not using Facebook, but they're not using that. They would now use this now as the springboard to communicate to them to get the pictures and videos. Right, so the pictures and videos that will take place would be, all right, let's say your child, let's say our average child are dealing with is probably 8 to 12, right? They just got their device and you give them it and you tell them, all right, use it for online schooling, yada, 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 thing. I mean, they could be younger, they could be older, no problem. You'll just work with me with the ballpark figure, right? Right. So your child is 8 to 12. They go and play their little game. They make a little friend online and the friend online tells them, do you have a WhatsApp number? And the child says, yes, this is my WhatsApp number. Question is, who gave the child WhatsApp? If if you giving your child a WhatsApp number, like a SIM card and a phone at age 12, at age 10, sorry, I mean at age 8 or 7 or 8 or whatever, then why? Are they going somewhere that you need to contact them via WhatsApp? Are they going to be away from you so much that you need to have them using WhatsApp so that you could contact them? That's kind of shaky. I'm really not too sure. Hey, look, Che with his real name. Right, yeah. I'm really not too sure if a child having a SIM card and WhatsApp is necessary. I could understand, okay, maybe have a SIM card because they go to some sort of training, but it's COVID time. They're not going anywhere where you have to call them and check up on them. So giving them a SIM card and like having access to WhatsApp, shaky, because it's very easy for them to add a number and be chatting with this stranger fairly easily. They send images, or the stranger sends images, and then the stranger deletes it. And then your child sends images, and the stranger tells your child how to delete it. And, well, then you have a little child pornography thing going on there, because the pictures and videos are available to them because you gave them a WhatsApp number. And I really not too sure if parents cannot grasp that concept, because they think, all right, I need to be able to communicate with my child, but who else could communicate with the child? That's the question that you may have to ask. Then they might be able to join Snapchat, because remember I told you all these things require to be 13 plus, right? So if the child still has your child is younger than 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you give them a phone, they are able to go and sign up for Snapchat easy just by using their Google email address. They're able to sign up for Instagram also, and they're able to sign up for TikTok, and they could go on Discord. All of these have the ability to have pictures and videos. And once you have the pictures and videos, guess what is going to happen? Eventually, somebody is going to make them do something that they're not supposed to do if we don't guide them along the way of what you should do. So you need to be able to have, conversations with your children about these places, about these applications. Because every time my son asks me for a WhatsApp number, like, Daddy, I could get WhatsApp. I'll be like, for what? Who do you need to talk to on WhatsApp? You don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need a phone number. I am your phone number. If anybody needs to contact you, they call me. And that's quite all right. And some of his other friends have phones that have WhatsApp numbers. And some of his other friends that have phones and have WhatsApp numbers, they're trying to tell him that he needs to get WhatsApp. And what they do is sometimes they message me asking me to speak to my son, and I'll be like, no, I don't want my son talking to you all in a group chat. That's dangerous stuff. And there was one time, if he watches this video in the future, he'll probably hate me. Nah, he wouldn't hate me. There was one time one of them messaged me and asked to speak to him, and I just kind of handed my phone and be like, here, talk to your friend. And when I look at the conversation was full of emojis with hearts and kisses and all them kind of thing, and I was like, huh? Who's this girl? I don't know who this is. Why is she sending my son a heart and a kiss? No. I'm glad that you like girls, son, but no. So I didn't really talk to him or tell him anything about it. But if you could do that using my number, knowing fully well that this is his father's phone, and you just normally having them kind of conversations. Imagine when they have their own phone and they having WhatsApp conversations in the middle of the night or whatnot, or that kind of thing. At age 10, that's not something. No. We will not be having that in the child's residence. In your residence, maybe, but not mine, right? So they get these accounts, and these accounts are hinged around the fact that they have a 13 plus account. Once they have a 13 plus account, they could sign up for them at any point in time. And if we don't police it, or if we don't take stock of it and check it out to make sure that we know what we're doing, they might end up going on a road that doesn't really work too well for them. So those are the instant messaging apps, right? Now, before we move on, let me all right, so I'll tell you all now. All right, so that is my technology workshop for parents. Yes, there was supposed to be no audio. You're supposed to just kind of watch it. I think I was supposed to have music playing in the background, but for some reason the music wasn't playing in the background. But that's okay, no problem, right? So the workshop is set up for people who are not technologically savvy. People who are tech savvy, they are probably able to set up and monitor their children on their own, and you go ahead and do that. For the ones that are not tech savvy and they need help, you could register for the workshop. Just click the link in the description. When you click the link in the description, you will get access, and I'll be able to deal with each person's case individually. That way, I'll be able to know like what type of device you have, how much information that the children have. Do they have two devices? Do they use Gmail addresses? Are their Gmail addresses over 13 or under 13? Those sort of things. Yeah, that's what the workshop is going to be about. It's going to try to deal with it from a personal perspective and deal with your situation. So if you have any questions about it, you could ask in the chat. If you don't forget to like. All right, so next, let's go on to the instant messaging, pictures and videos. All right, so what I have found is that, well, I know it might sound weird, but you see FB, Facebook Messenger, right? Facebook Messenger has a part called Messenger Kids. And Messenger Kids allows the child to have an account where they can talk to people, but I get to see the conversations if I want to. So I didn't actually install it. Somebody else told me about it, and they were like, do your children use Messenger Kids? And I'll be like, no, my children have no Messenger. They're not getting a chance to talk to anybody on the internet until I decide to. And they were telling me about Messenger Kids. So I went and I checked out Messenger Kids, and I was like, oh, okay. So they can have an account, and they will have the account, and every time they want to add a friend or some other friend, they will be able to request the friend, and I get the approval rating, well, the approval for it, and I'm able to approve if they get to talk to this person or not. And when they do start to talk to that person, I get to check to see their conversation, and well, of course I have to tell them, well, you know you're not allowed to have any messengers, but I'm giving you Messenger Kids, and I want you to behave properly on it. And it kind of worked out well. There were times when they did things and they had some bad conversations, and some of the things that they were talking about were a bit iffy, but it was easy to kind of deal with it because I was like, son, come, you see, look at this conversation that I had with this person. You think that was a nice thing to do? And I got a chance to be able to get into, their mind. So my daughter, they would have had conversations, and the normal thing where you kind of exclude people and you block people and you delete people and those kind of things. I was like, oh, yeah, that was That was nice. That was nice. So Messenger kids, if you want to try, if you hate Facebook and you think they'll steal all the data, cool, go ahead. You could not use it, and that's okay. But the thing is, you have to put some sort of policing in place if you're gonna let them use any of these. And always ask yourself the hard questions. Do they need to use it now? Do they need to be exposed to it now? Or should they be exposed to a lot more childlike things? Because I'm telling you, once you go on Instagram, you're getting exposed to a lot of different content and a lot of different things. And those different things, the language, the amount of vulgarity, it goes up a lot, especially TikTok. So I now started using TikTok like this week, and I just kind of, I can't, there's a lot of cursing, there's a lot of vulgarity, there's a lot of bad dancing, there's humor and all that stuff inside of it, but it's a little too much for a child. And sometimes you actually want your child to be a child now. So I don't know, thinking you may need to put some sort of effort into it. All right, so the next few minutes are devoted to questions, about 12 minutes of questions if you all have. So let's get your questions on the inside. Sir, I know this is not regarding the topic tonight, but I'd like to know if I could gain access to the CSEC crash course. When is CSEC IT for January? The 21st? Until the 21st? Yeah, I think it's the 21st. I'll make the crash courses public on 20th. Yeah. I'll probably make the crash courses public like Monday. And you could use that to cram for your exam. No problem. Yeah, so questions. I am listening, well, I am reading the chat. And if you all have any questions, let me know. This is basically what we covered tonight. What we covered tonight is this. Right, so your child has a laptop or a tablet, they have games, and the games have ratings, which you will decide if they play it or not, and you need to kind of know what the games are. But you also need to understand that instant messaging is something that you have to police very hard with your child, because the predators that are out there and the fake people, they could be very difficult, and that would hurt you a lot. All right, so we're on the chat now. Questions. If you have any detailed questions, ask. If you have any questions about the workshop, again, let me show you all the workshop information. All right, so that workshop is the 30th of January 2021. That's in 2 weeks, I believe, based on what, 2 weeks. And that is going to cover specific cases and help you deal with your situation. And I'll just give you the best tech advice that you could possibly get, because I kind of know. I know it from both sides. I know it from the tech side, but I also know it from the parenting side. And that is important. All right, it seems like we have no questions. Does anybody have any comments? Did you learn something tonight? Did you get some sort of enlightenment? Do you feel better about yourself? All right, good. So if there are no questions, I will end off there, and I encourage you to share this video with your friends and your family. There's a shortened video that I'll normally do that upon Facebook eventually, and I will that shortened video should come out by about Wednesday when it's edited and whatnot, and that one is easier to share. But for those of y'all who like the live sessions, next week Saturday, I'm dealing with terms of service. Terms of service, and why people don't read the terms of service, and what really happens when you agree to the terms of service, because not much people know and not much people care. But the terms of service really makes a big difference in how you use things online and what your expectations are. And that terms of service thing is going to be kind of on the heels of the situation that happened with WhatsApp. Yeah, that was what we're dealing with next week Saturday. So if you always wondered what people click I agree to, where we're going to dive deep into the different terms of services that are out there, and who really owns your picture on Instagram? Do you think you own your picture on Instagram? Nope. Your picture on Instagram is not owned by you. Just letting you know that. So that's it for tonight. Don't forget to like. I will see y'all next week Saturday. Bye-bye. It was nice. Thank you very much, mods. I appreciate it. I can't play Among Us tonight. I have to go and watch a movie with my children. Good night. Good night. Yeah, right, yeah.